Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Modded Minecraft 1.12, playing on the DireWolf20 mod pack. How's everyone doing? Hope you're doing well. I'm standing here in front of my beehives. Apiaries, not beehives, apiaries, industrial apiaries. Anyway, I'm standing in front of them, and you see that they're kind of out in the open. And I've been saying for a long time that we're going to put them somewhere more permanent. We've been spreading all our stuff all the way around our base, and now it's time to actually consolidate. I've got a compact machine for it, so let's get all the bee stuff stuffed into that compact machine. Let's get started. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are with all of our industrial apiaries. Not all of them are filled, certainly, but let's see what we got. Oh, maybe they are. Huh. Oh, okay. I see. Yeah. So we got two that aren't filled. That's fine. And yeah. So we need to move these over into a compact machine. I've got this thing set up already. There's not much in. Actually, there's nothing in here. Not much. Nothing. Okay, so we've got to do a variety of things. One, we're going to move this whole setup right here into there, and then we're going to move this into there as well, and all of this stuff, and then our basic basic breeding stuff right here for the things that aren't dangerous to us, and then the dangerous stuff, I'm not quite sure what we're going to do, how we're going to do that, but we'll leave those over there for now, and we will control those with our, well, we don't have a lever on it right now, but that means it's off, okay, all the time. But we're going to organize some of this stuff here. So first things first, we need to get a plan for these items right here, and the first thing we got to do is take a look at our filters right here. You see these? Yeah, I don't want to have to fill all of those back up. So there's something here in Thermal Foundation called the red print. And it essentially lets you take a copy of whatever your one of these configuration things. So either a servo or a filter or a retriever, it should let you grab that. So let me show you. I made these off camera a while back for some other stuff I was moving around. But let's take a look at the recipe, shall we? It's pretty simple. A couple pieces of paper and some redstone. I've got plenty of redstone. I've got plenty of paper, so no problem right there. So you notice right now they are blank. Okay. Well, that one's blank. That one's blank. So what you do, you just right click. Okay. You heard that little ding right there, hopefully, depending on how I edit the whole thing. And then we'll go right click as well right there. And you see now, instead of saying blank, it's got stuff on there. So that is going to let us keep those settings as we transfer these items around. Now, that's important because we're going to have to tear that whole thing apart and rebuild it over in the hive right here. But before we continue, actually, I'm going to do most of that stuff off camera because you've seen me set all that stuff up before. It's just tearing it all down, moving it into a new spot. Now, a few things of note. Over here, last time we were together, I told you that I had moved all those machines over into a compact machine. Yep, it's right here. We can right click on it and see the whole setup. Isn't that cool? That's, I really like that feature. Yep. So just right click on it and you can see what's in it. But now let's actually go into here, and you've seen me already have the Empower in there, but all the other machines are in here now as well. We've got our automated pulverizer right there. Reset that up. And then all along the baseboard here, we've got the power running. So we've got, you can see it peeking out right under there. Yeah, there's a hardened flux duct right there. So we got plenty of power capacity right there. I've also put a sink right there for any water needs we may have. But over here, we've got a lot more options. And instead of running a flux duct, I've got a power cell directly on top of the metal press. So there we go. Okay. One thing of note, I've got a magma crucible right there and the fluid transposer right here. And that's because I want to make some impulse item ducts for our moving process for the hive. So we're going to do that forthwith. And we've got all of that. All right. So what I'm going to do now is go off camera for a little bit. And okay, we got that loaded. And I think the first order of business is I'm going to put down these things right here, the centrifuges. We're going to put those kind of like you saw me do with the farm. And you know what? While we're at it, we can right click and take a look at this thing. Yep. So we've got machinery down here, and then we've got kind of the business side of things up here, the nice looking stuff up here. We're going to do that with the hive as well. So top layer is going to be the industrial apiaries, and then bottom layer is going to be all of the machinery, and then the storage as well. And you know, we've got all these storage crates here, and that's all well and good, but it doesn't make it very nice for searching. If I ever want a specific genetic template, I have to just poke around in here and look at what's available. So we're going to take a look and see what some different storage options. But first things first, let's get the hives moved over, and we'll get the centrifuges moved over as well. And I think I'll do the centrifuges first. So, yeah, back in a bit. All right, I have torn down all of the hives, apiaries, whatever you want to call them, and I've moved them into the hive. I've also moved all of the centrifuges over there. So let's take a look. I've had a slight change in plans because I found a block that I thought would work really well. Are you ready? Yeah, take a look at this. It's called the Honeycomb Block. It's from forestry, and it's made from 9 of these honeycombs. And then we've got this thing, which is from Pam's Harvest Craft, which is made from honey. So yeah, I think this works really well for this particular hive or compact machine. So the way to make all of those, we don't have more of those things coming in. Let's take a look here. I did not want to reset my entry point. Okay, let's move that up and out of the way. No flowers. There are no flowers around. Of course there aren't any flowers because, yeah, that's a thing. So we're going to have to figure that out. Okay. Yeah, humidity is normal. We need flowers. So I'm going to have to do something with that. Just get a piece of dirt, and I've got a flower right here. But what I want to do is, yeah, show you these red prints. Okay, so we made the copy last time, or before the last cut, and we can just right click here, and we should be able to see that all of those things are copied. Excellent. And this one is empty because that's where the honeycomb went, but I started collecting the honeycombs. So yeah, that's why that's there. And right there is empty, and then we right click, and boom, we've got a copy. Excellent. So now over here, we want to say extract. Okay, and that should start throwing items into here. Yep, and then that goes over to our centrifuges, which I've set up like this. Well, it's not too bad. Okay, so it's doing its thing. That's pretty cool. And then right here, we've got plenty of room for expansion if we want to go vertical. And over here are the extra 2 that are not in use at the moment. So yeah, so we've got plenty of room for expansion. I think the next order of business is to go back over to our storage area, but we need to come out of the hive first. Yes, wait for it to load. Okay, and then we take the red print. We do want to clear those out because, what is this? Okay, so those are blank now, but you can't stack them. Okay, that's fine. And then what we're going to try and do, okay, you've seen me move these machines around. I can move those around on my own a little later. What I want to do is make the modular storage. And then what we want to do, maybe come in here, throw the red prints in there. Okay. Honey block we'll throw in there. Yes, servo. Okay, that's fine. Chuck that in there. Keep the dissipation charge. Keep that stuff. Let's get a spot of dirt here. Where'd the dirt go? Okay, it's right there. just a couple pieces, and we can grab some flowers from outside when we are back out there. But let's take a look at RFTools and see if that's going to help us any. So we've got at RFTools, and we have not made the modular storage. No, we haven't. So we'll do that. Modular. Can we do this? Okay, we don't have a machine frame. Those are easy enough. Pretty cheap. Okay, and there we go. Got modular storage now. And then what I want to do is make one of these tier 1 modules. Good. And then we're going to increase that to tier 2 and then up to tier 3. And so we'll grab that. And then let's exit the premises. And we will go over to here and plop this guy down. Excellent. And we get a nice little reminder here. Little advancement. Awesome. And let's clear our inventory as much as we can. Well, you know, no, I'm not going to do that. Let's do this and see if we can chuck all these items in here. It does not show anything. Huh. Well, is there anything for bees? No. Nothing for bees. Forestry? Nothing. Queens? No. Well, what if we took all of those items back out and then maybe, just maybe, threw in, say, these. Okay? Let's do this. Well, that'll help a little bit, right? How about items are shown in a list view? That won't help so much. But right there, certainly. Okay, so we can store bees in here. That's no problem. And we didn't have anything left in there. How about over here? Just some extra junk. Yeah, so we're going to grab all of these. It's pristine stock. Yeah, that's my pristine stock of princesses there. This is the ignoble stock. Java Dad says I shouldn't snub my nose at these, and I probably shouldn't, but yeah. Anyway, I don't like having to babysit, and ignobles you have to babysit. Over here, yeah. So probably, yeah, we're going to have a modular storage for each of these, and what? One of these can contain 300 stacks, and one of these can contain what? 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13 times 9. It's something. Let's get out the trusty calculator. Maybe I should know this. Times 9, 117. So we've got 117 stacks in each of those. That's the drones right there. Dadcraft is sleeping. Going, and boom. Okay. Okay, so Java Dad took care of it. Okay. All right, so for the drones, we're going to need... this one's full up. This one's almost full up. It's 117 in both, so 234. So we'll need a full modular storage card for that. And then for the princesses, probably the same. But I don't want to mix the pristine and ignoble because I want to be able to see all this stuff at a glance. So yeah, 3 modular storage. And then I guess we'll just stick with our trusty medium storage crates for this. Okay. Well, at this point, it's just a matter of moving all those items over and then waiting for honeycombs to process so that I can make more of the blocks and finish the floor out. So once again, we're going to have a little cut, and I will bring you back once we've got everything moved over. All right, I'm over here on the overworld side of things before we jump back into the compact machine for the hive, because I want to show you the changes that we've done. Over here, I've cleaned up all the flowers, and I've taken down the glass topping that I had over there, and that means we're kind of retrenching a little bit. Let's see if we can bring up our claimed chunks area. We don't really need this chunk loaded anymore. See if we can do that. Right click. Yes, there we go. Okay, so we're removing loaded chunks because they're now in the compact machine world. Okay, so another point of note over here above our house, I've taken that down, and you can see over here off to my right, and this is a lot cleaner. Yeah, so we moved over our breeding area, and then all of the genetics stuff and the storage and all of that is now cleaned up, and I've got it stuck over in the hive. Now, before we jump into the hive, I do want to take you in here to the farms real quick, because Scott R left a comment on the tree farm episode about a little note on here, something that I had missed originally. So right now you can see that the thing is fully stocked with the saplings. If we come down here, what I had missed originally is that this was not all locked, and so we now see that it's locked, and yeah, we're pretty good so far. So I've got all of those, and each of these inventory slots is going to only allow oak saplings to come in, but the reason why they weren't appearing in the tree farm episode originally is because I didn't have anything in there for them. So there we go. Anyway, that's all taken care of. So thank you very much, Scott, for letting me know about that. Now let's jump into the hive. Are you ready? You ready? Lots of changes. Okay. Yeah. So we've got the floor completely done, and then this thing, I can't remember if I'd had this completely done or not. Maybe I did. But over here is the genetics lab, and then we've got all the storage here. Some things, let's see. Something I didn't show you, and I didn't bring you along for. If we take this out right here, notice right there, I've got the texture's a little different because I've put a cover on it. It's an auto eject cover. And then up here, should be able to pull that off. Yeah, an auto import cover. So that way we don't have to have any item ducts or anything like that. We can just put it like that. We can put our whatever bees we want to sample, we put them all in here, and then this machine starts pulling them in one by one, processing them, and spitting out the traits over here. So yeah, did the same thing on the genetic imprinter, and so we can automatically print traits and print these, what are they, templates onto any bees that come in here. So it's a little bit better of a process. It's not fully automated, but it's a little bit more automated, so I don't have to babysit as much. Right here, that's just supplies. Over here is the genetic templates, and traits are over on this side, and we'll put that back right there. And then over here, yep, these are the species traits. So there we go. Up here, I've got all of the ignoble princesses. Here are the regular princesses in our RFTools slot. And then these are a mix of the queens that we want to keep. So it's the breeding queens and then the production queens that we don't really want in place right now. Over here, a bunch of drones, and I still probably should do a little bit better job between these. So we've got a mix of like austere over here, and then, oh, not so much. But maybe there's some duplicates across both of them, and I want to get them all together. So we'll see about doing that off camera. Over here, it's the Ender chest network that we're sharing between Dadcraft and JavaDad. And then just, well, I've never really gotten into the Escritoire so much. That's something from forestry. You can kind of discover different things or different lines of the whole genetic process for forestry. I've never really gotten into that, but we've also got a sink because you never know when you might need a bucket of water. If we go down here though, let's take a look. This is the breeding setup. I've moved all the different types of flowers around. We've got seeds, lily pads, flowers, cactus, rock. Oh, that thing's not growing, and I bet it's not growing because it doesn't have a spot right next to it. And I just got rid of the thing. Okay, so we probably should go back like this and go get one of those seeds, coarse fruit seeds. Do like that. Chorus. Yeah. So I don't think coarse fruit can grow when it's kind of like cactus. It won't grow when it's got something beside it, but unlike cactus, you can actually place the thing down. So let's go down here into the hive. And wait for it to load. Okay. Come back over here. Boop. And boop. Now that should grow. It'll go a little ways up and then should stop. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, so that should take care of all the flower requirements, or most of the flower requirements. Maybe get a redstone torch in here at some point, but for the most part, over here. Oh, this is something else I had to do. All of these bees they weren't producing anything because they didn't know about flowers, so I've hidden some flowers down here, and I think that's the only other change. So that means that we've got all of our bee stuff moved into a compact machine, and it looks pretty good. So we've got it all kind of consolidated in here. Got a theme going. If we want to add any more apiaries, we can just stack them up on top of this line right here. And yeah, so that's pretty exciting. And that means that our project for the day, or for this episode, is done. So what I want to do is maybe take a quick screenshot here, and then we will turn ourselves around as we are wont to do. Get rid of that, and boom. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode and getting our overworld presence more compact, more ordered. We're bringing some order to this whole base thing, and then we'll see where we go from here. But hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, a like is always appreciated. And if you haven't done so already, think about subscribing so you're up to date with everything else going on the channel. Hey, hit me up either in the comment section down below or on my public Discord, which there's a link to that in the description box below, for any comments, questions, or suggestions you may have. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.